Hi everyone, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, modded version. I'm going to have Kangan start the timer. Very nice. Yeah, she's got it. Alright, so I actually just crashed the game earlier when I tried to adjust the settings. Looks like it's going good now. So I've added 2 mods since last episode. Let's continue on Cody's LP here. I've added Mechanical Jeb and Deadly Reentry. So if we go into the, that's not where I clicked.
What is Mechanical Jeb?
Mechanical Jeb is like an autopilot thing.
Oh, cool.
But I mainly downloaded it just so I could get readouts of Delta V, because I was having an issue with that last time, as I had no idea what my Delta V was. As you'll notice, I got into orbit with basically nothing left. So I just got into orbit because I was lucky. Let's go ahead and load our sausage craft, which is... Ken's laughing at the name. Can't imagine why. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so let's go ahead and think Mechanical Jeb, yes. Put that on there. Now I got the Delta V stats. Excellent. That's showing that I'm only getting 9,700 meters per second, which is barely enough to get into orbit, which makes sense. You know, since this is an autopilot, I wonder if it can still handle the mods I have loaded. All right, let's launch this and see how it does. So here we are. See, I've set that to 50 synth path. I really need to be able to edit this more. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this. I could try 50%, but then that makes me turn over too sharply. But then I go 70%, and then it's going to take too long to get up there. Let's try a really high synth path. That might be the best one to use. I don't think the autopilot is going to be able to handle this. Let's activate our engine and engage autopilot. Let's see if it works. So far so good, except that it's not turning over right. See, this Mechanical Jeb was made for the stock game, so it's not gonna anticipate the fact that we're in a bigger planet with a less dense atmosphere. But it is started to turn over. That's good. Yeah, we're way too high to be turning over right now. Yep, oh, it's gonna crash. It's gonna crash. Boom.
Oh.
Yep, I knew it. Yeah, Mechanical Jeb's not gonna be able to fly it into orbit for me. That's alright. Let's see. Mainly I need the Delta V stats and possibly orbit info. Orbit info, surface info. I think those things right there are basically all I need. That'll make it a lot easier on me, somewhere that I can read them. Excellent. Anything else I need? Nah. Alright. So Bill will be fine. So let's go ahead and just rip the flight. Let's exit this and then go check on Jedidiah, who's in orbit right now. What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Alright, where is he? Here he is. Oh, that's right, I don't have Mechanical Jeb parts on this, so I won't be able to see the Delta V. Well, we can try to get him out of orbit regardless. Let's go ahead and warp him around to our... Yeah. Now, I think the most efficient way to deorbit is on the other side of the planet. Nope. There's no way. Come on. Yeah, he's out of fuel. That wasn't enough to deorbit.
Now what?
Oh.
Is he just stuck there?
Yeah, he's stuck in space for a while.
Aww.
We'll have to send a rescue mission out to him. Should we do that in this episode?
Yeah.
We should?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Could dive down in the basement. There's probably people down there too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, now my face is full of cake.
That's yummy cake.
Yes, yummy. Okay. Alright, we just built this spacecraft here. I'm just going to skip out the, or cut out the part where we built it because it took quite a while. So here's our craft. We got our rescue craft 1, and we should be able to just take off one of the crews. So we got 2 people free. Gives us an empty seat in there that Jedidiah can take.
Yay!
Yep. You can also see here we've added in a heat shield. And these are heat shields which are actually a little different than they were before. I had to go in and add a file to the Deadly Entry program to make up for the fact that we're going to be entering at 8 kilometers per second normally instead of the 2 kilometers per second. That was just grab the file off the same form that you downloaded the Deadly Reentry. You take the little file that he gives you and you put it inside of a text document and save it as a config file inside the Deadly Reentry folder. It's fairly simple, but took me a while to figure out. Anyway, should we go ahead and launch this?
Yes!
Okay.
They're Spanish loud.
They are Spanishing. You're right, you wouldn't expect this much Spanish to be spoken this far north. But whatever, it's like one of the most common languages on Earth, right?
It's up there.
It's up there. Alright, so I just moved the launch clamps into the main stage, that way they detach at the same time I hit the boosters. And let's go see where Jedidiah is currently. I think, yeah, we've let him go a couple of orbits. There he is.
So how long has he been in space?
Probably just a few hours.
Okay.
So he should be alright still. I haven't loaded the mod where you've got the they have to eat food and stuff. The life support mod, I haven't loaded that one yet, but I plan to soon. Yeah, I want to load them one at a time. That way I don't crash my game, or at least I can figure out which one crashed my game. Anyway, if I were to launch from here, I would end up in an orbit that went around like this, and it'd be like crossing this one, and it'd be really hard to get lined up with this orbit. I'm going to have to fast forward time until this orbit like lines up with the space center. Okay, that, let me think, will that work? If I line it up here, actually I think that's it. I think you got to be at the maximum deviation from the ecliptic, right?
What's the ecliptic?
I meant the equator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
The ecliptic is the plane that the sun and the stars or the planets go across relative to the stars.
Oh.
It's called the ecliptic because every time the moon crosses it, during like the full moon, that's when you get your eclipses.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Isn't there one coming up?
Yeah, there should be an eclipse on October 8th, early in the morning, and that's the true Aggie nights on that day too. We should get a picture on the A with the moon eclipsing.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. It's a tradition here at our school that we, to become a true Aggie, you gotta kiss on top of the A pedestal during the full moon. You notice how he's like way over here on the other side of the planet? And I'm gonna launch from here. Getting up with him when he's on the other side of the planet is gonna require very little delta V. I just gotta get into a lower orbit or higher orbit and just let him catch up. But changing my plane is gonna be way worse, and so that's why I'm launching when I'm in the plane rather than trying to catch up with him. Okay, let's go ahead and try to launch this. See how we do. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Now I don't think I was using hydrogen fuel, so I don't have anything that boiled off. So waiting that amount of time didn't really hurt anything. You're getting cookie crumbs on my mouse pad.
It's not cookie, it's cake.
Cake crumbs. Oh dear. I may regret turning over. No. Yeah, we're good. Throttle back. I probably should have put like some aerodynamic fins or something on this.
It's all good. You can do this.
Oh man.
Bob and Bill to the rescue.
Bob and Bill to the rescue. They're gonna rescue Jedidiah.
Yeah.
And hopefully they don't die in the process. Which would be bad.
That'd be very
Because
sad.
then we're losing 3 Kerbals instead of 1. Okay. Canyon's feeding me cake. Let's try to turn over a little bit more. Because I got loads of thrust. And rather than waste it going up into the sky, I'm going to turn over so I can go parallel to the ground. Which is what an orbit is, because I'm trying to fall around the planet. Going up really doesn't do you any good. Because you only get 0G when you're falling. And if you go straight up, then you're going to fall. You're going to fall alright, but you're going to fall back into the planet and you're going to crash. Whereas if you go along parallel to the ground, you're going to miss the Earth when you fall back down. And you'll be in orbit.
Whoops, I fell over and missed the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how you get into orbit, is you throw yourself at the Earth and miss. Need that anymore. Oh man, that looks cool when they separate stages. Okay, I shouldn't do that. I'll end up deleting my craft. But yeah, I just switched back to the stage to see what I was doing. Okay, let me get McJeb going. Right, there we go. We got 5 kilometers. 5 plus 3, that's 5.5 plus 3. That's over 8, right? Yeah, that's plenty to get in orbit.
Yay!
See, my apoapsis is holding at about 230 kilometers. Periapsis is still inside the planet. And actually, since this is the Earth, technically, or it looks like the Earth, I should be able to call this apogee, perigee. Apoapsis is just like a generic term for a generic planet.
And what is it?
Well, apogee is like the highest point above the Earth, because geo means Earth. But apoaps means the highest point. Periapsis is lowest point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're like over the sun, it would be perisol, the lowest point over the sun. But in the
Parasol.
Parasol. Yeah, but in this game they just call it periaps because it's a generic term. Oh, look at those Florida Keys and stuff. So pretty.
Very blue.
Very blue.
Everything is blue.
Everything is blue. I should probably speed up time a little bit. This is going to take forever to get into orbit. Because, 8.5 minutes, right?
Hey, Cody.
Yeah? Oh, the timer shut off?
Yeah.
That's okay, I'll just cut the video short. I think I've decided that instead of the half hour of gameplay and then cut it down to wherever, I'm just going to cut it down to like a half-hour episode.
Oh, okay.
No matter how long we play. Okay. See, that's not far off. Might be able to adjust for that. But let's see. Yeah. Which way is north? Okay. I'm going to kind of adjust my orbit just a little bit in this direction so I can try to match his orbit. Yeah, just to try to match his inclination there. But really, you want to try matching the inclination when you're moving as slow as possible. Because the faster you're moving, the harder it is to change your direction.
Yeah.
That makes sense, right? Oh, look at this. I think I've got it lined up. Ascending node is 0.6 degrees. That is awesome. I think I might be able to handle that. There's he. He's over there. Okay. Alright, we're about to get a periapse. Alright, once that gets above 100 kilometers, I'm going to go ahead and warp around to here to circularize my orbit or do whatever I need to do. Okay. Is this the periapse of the other spacecraft? Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to boost the orbit up, and so we match the apoapse. You can see how they're kind of close together.
Okay.
See, there's my periapse, and there's the apoapse of Jeb's craft. And we're going to make this, as we thrust, it's going to turn into the apoapse as it's the highest point. And we're going to make these as close as we can. That'll make it so this velocity of our orbit will be about the same at every point. Because you see our apoapse is about the same as his periapse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and start burning. You notice when I burn at the apoapse doesn't change at all, but the periapse increases. And now they're actually going to switch around, because now it's getting higher. So whatever I do on one side of the planet is what's going on the other side of the planet.
Weird.
Yeah, because it takes one full orbit after one full orbit is when the maximum displacement is.
Mm.
So when you do something, it's like the maximum amount of time for that thing to occur is going to be on the other side of the planet. Because if you're moving at 10 meters per second, if you have 0 seconds and you're starting here at the same time that you push this 10 meters per second, you're not going to move any. Come over here where there's been an hour, 10 meters per second at an hour is going to be a lot more.
Oh.
Come over here where it's 2 hours, that's not actually 2 hours, but then it's going to be twice as much as it over there, so it's going to be,
Oh, okay.
I don't know how well I explained that. It makes sense when you play the game. See, he's ahead of me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try to... It'd be nice if I could go lower. But I can't go lower because I'll run into the planet. So I'm going to go higher. That way that he'll go around faster, and he'll catch up to me from behind.
Oh, okay.
It's going to take a little longer, but it should be alright.
He doesn't need to eat, so you're fine. Take as long as you want.
Okay, so I'm already higher. Rather than use up the delta V, I'm just going to push the fast forward button and run it through a few hundred orbits. It might only take 30. Whoa, that asteroid went very close. that question mark thing is an asteroid.
Hmm.
Let's see how close we are. That sausage, yeah, you can see he's catching up to me, but from behind. This is just going to take a few days. This is how we do it in the real world, so. See, I'm in an orbit that goes slightly above, and so my orbit takes a little bit longer than his. It's not only am I going a longer distance, but the gravity's weaker, so I don't have to go as fast. And it's so cool to see it inclined like this. This is so realistic, but in the stock game you usually have equatorial orbits, so you don't have to worry about inclination. Alright, we're getting very close now, so I'm going to go ahead and slow down time and start working on the intersecting his orbit. Wait, which one's me? Is this the rescue craft? Okay. So now I'm going to match his periapse now. So you go about 330. Okay. Oh, okay, that's fairly close. Let's look at these guys here. So we're going to be 600 kilometers apart. That's actually not quite very as close as I'd like. So now that I get the orbits matched, I'm actually going to mess it up again as I try to get these as close as possible. Okay, that's the wrong way, so I need to actually burn the other way. So I wasted a little delta V there. Oh well. If I planned ahead a little bit more, I would have avoided that. But I got enough delta V to do this kind of thing. I got 6 kilometers of... okay, I don't need any more cake.
Yes, you do.
Alright, so we got... I'm going to fly within 6 kilometers of him. That's not bad. So we're going to go ahead and fly around to that point. Now when I go out of map mode, I should be able to see him out my window. There he is. Now, in the stock game, you would just match the orbital speed once you get close like this. In real life, what I'd do is I'd just like match the periaps here, which is basically the same thing, but it's putting us in the same orbit. So it's like parking next to him. Yeah, uses slightly less delta V. Also, I can adjust the distance to him. Okay, let's warp over to the ascending node. Let's go ahead and point south so we can match the orbit exactly. Come on, Cody, south. Oh, which way is south? Okay. Okay, there we go. The second intersect is going to be like right next to it. So, and this one's fairly close too. So I'm just going to go ahead and warp over to daylight and EVA over. There's daylight. There's Jedidiah right there.
Jedidiah!
Okay, let's go ahead and just let him get close.
We're coming for you, don't worry. He's not worried. He's
Okay.
having a blast.
Okay, she's getting closer now. Yeah, what did I say about EVAing over? I think we're going to stay in the comfort of our ship until we get really close. Okay. I cannot see those numbers. But I think he's coming closer. Yeah. Alright, I may as well eliminate the relative motion, because it's only like 5 meters per second. Okay, we're going to park next to him. We're going to go ahead and switch ships. Just like that. Okay. Jedidiah. EVA. Okay, turn on his rocket pack.
Jedidiah!
Okay, see if I can remember these controls. It's been a while since I've played with the Kerbal. There we go. I think this would break the record for the longest EVA, even in real life. Of course, I've EVA'd interplanetary before in this game, just not in this mod.
Getting closer.
Yes, it is.
Where did the pink letters go?
Well, I get close enough to see the spacecraft. I don't really need them anymore.
Okay.
Also, the game shuts them off. Okay, let's slow down. Okay. You guys, why'd you park the hatch on the exact opposite side of me? I gotta fly around. Actually, where is the hatch? There it is.
Ah.
Hang on, I'm losing control. We got this. We got this. Oh, no. Jedidiah is not very good at EVAing, is he? Okay, we caught it. It's bored. There's all three of them.
Yay!
Unfortunately, this spacecraft's going to be dead in the water. It's probably going to be stuck in space for a long time. Or actually, with that orbit that it's in, it'd probably degrade in a few years. Let's start thinking about heading home now. Let's see, where are we? Okay, looks like just a couple of orbits and we'll be able to land fairly close to where we launched. Yeah, I warped a little too far there. Now we could land in Mexico if you'd like.
Yes. Let's go to Mexico.
Let's go to Mexico?
Yeah.
Alright, let's wait till we're on the opposite side of the planet. Like I was trying to say before, if I slow myself down here, then I'll be able to drop my apoaps, and so the maximum displacement's on the opposite side of the planet, and that'll give me the lowest re-entry angle. Least likely to burn up and use the less delta V. Turn my craft. Okay. There's my periaps right there. Now if I bring this down to about 20 kilometers, I should be landing just ahead of it. Now if I were to guess where I'll land, I'll probably guess about right here. No guarantees though, because I haven't done this before in this modded version. Let's warp around to our doom, or hopefully that patch I put on there will hold. I know it will. I've tested this. Oh shoot! Did not mean to do that. No. That was the worst way to detach it. Okay, we're fine. It'll get out of the way. See how this heat shield is doing. Okay, we're still in space. We got plenty of ablatives. Okay, there we are. There's the dead craft. Oh yeah, I think it'll work. We got quite a bit of land we can land on, and a little bit of water if we have to. It's better to land on land because when you hit the water, you kind of bounce in this game, and that is going to deliver more momentum to you. Let's speed up. When you just hit something and stick, you're getting less acceleration than if you hit something and bounce back. You know what that is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, in real life, you wouldn't bounce on the water. You would just kind of go into it.
Sploosh.
Yeah. All right, there is the peninsula that's off California. I don't know what that's called. Do you know?
I should know, but I don't.
Alright, the atmosphere is starting to hit us hard now. I'm going to slow down time. There we go. Okay, it's heating up. Hopefully it holds. Okay, we're no longer in orbit. There's no way we're getting out of this. Alright, it's starting to ablate. I was talking to you earlier about what causes the heating, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's when you compress a gas, all of the thermal energy that it had when it was uncompressed is now in a smaller space, and so when you compress it, it heats up. It's just like in a diesel engine. The piston compresses the gas inside the engine, and it heats it up at the point that it ignites the fuel. In this case, we're going so fast. I mean, I think we're like Mach 30 almost. Yeah, like Mach 20. The air doesn't have time to get out of the way, so it gets compressed, and that compression causes it to heat up. And then when it's right next to the vehicle, the super compressed gas radiates the heat into the heat shield, and that's what heats it up. It's called radiative ram pressure heating. It looks like we're doing pretty good. We've stopped getting hotter. We're still at 6 kilometers per second, and we're just decelerating at a faster and faster rate. But I think we're good. This is so realistic. I love it. There's that thing way over there.
What thing?
The spent stage. It's too far away. It's too far away for physics to act on it, so it's not going to burn up. What I could do is switch to that afterwards and go ahead and burn it up. Let physics load to it. Yeah, I'll show you what happens when you don't have a heat shield. I think that's what we'll end this episode with. I think we're good, so I'm going to go ahead and speed up time again. Oh dear. That is going down fast, isn't it?
It's spinning.
I think we're good, though. Oh, I can stop that. Yeah, engage the gyroscope so we don't spin ourselves to death. Oh, look, there's Mexico.
Mexico.
Does Mexico really look like this? Mountains of Mexico. Ka-chunk. Parachute deployed. Not a moment too soon, because that ground's getting pretty close. The heat shield's staying on. Now it's not. There's the heat shield. It's gonna crash. Boom! Thank you for protecting us. Now we're gonna slam you into the ground. Yeah, you get rid of the heat shield because that thing's usually quite heavy. You want your craft to be as light as possible when it's on the parachute. Yes, you're at low speed. And look, they survived.
They're hovering.
Jedidiah's back. We're ignoring that for a while. Alright, we're going to recover them. Whew, and they're alive.
Yay!
They're all survived. Jedidiah's got a few more orbits than Bill and Bob, but pretty good. Let's go look at that piece of debris, which didn't burn up the first time because physics wasn't loaded. That one.
Boom!
Okay, that was a bad example, wasn't it? I guess physics finally caught up with it.
You can't escape me.
Okay. That's not quite what I wanted, but I think that's good enough to end the episode on, so hope you guys all enjoy, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.